So what I was saying was, the way he taught me was, do you mind being on camera? Oh, okay. No, it doesn't have to be yet. You don't have to say it when you're ready. But so the way he taught me is, each person was created in his image. We were all created with a gift. We were created with an evil inclination too. And our the true thing is to overcome the evil inclination, which is that so-called Kundalini energy. It's our own wanting to be like God kind of thing. But that's what empowers us to allow Him to come in to push us down. What I'm trying to say is, you offer your evil inclination to Him. That's the sacrifice that we make. That's all we have to offer Him.
Evil inclination
Is our sin. All we have to offer is to follow the Torah. That we love Him.
Yeah.
So the evil inclination of us doesn't want to follow the laws. Right? It wants to do its own thing. It doesn't want to be under the law. When Satan tempted me, he said, "You can have anything you want. I'll give you anything you've ever wanted. But there's only one rule, that you look after number one." And what he meant was
yourself.
yes. That's what he said to me. And then I looked at towards Yah, and he basically was like, "Yeah, all I have to offer you is what you felt in the heart. That love that you felt, that's all I have to offer you. But you're going to have to give yourself up to everybody, to everything, in order to keep it." Watch Kung Fu Panda 3, you'll understand. All those people that we think are good, and good and evil is twisted in that one. They're going to be fighting with their own yin-yang, their own individuality, trying to fight what Yah is doing, taking his authority, and he's literally absorbing all the gifts. And we're becoming one mind, as the mind of Mashiach, which is the same thing they're trying to do.
Turn that down, Caleb.
It's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to do the same exact thing in the evil, but all it's doing is blessing us. Does that make sense? They're doing through 5G and going to connect to the internet and download your brain. You're going to be able to live forever. What you're doing is you're giving your energy to them. But at the same time this is happening in the physical realm, Yah is bringing his children together to be their gifts and their radio frequencies. That frequency overcomes all of the others.
What about this AI Yeshua that people are talking about? What is that all about?
AI?
They're saying that the Antichrist is an AI Yeshua, like the Antichrist.
Well, I could see that.
AI through the 5G?
Well, okay, here's the thing. We got to all imagine that we're basically just, we're avatars. We're made-up players in a video game. We're Yah's video game, okay? We're just the players in it. He made us all in his imagination. But he made it because he wanted to find love. Can you turn that down a little, just a couple more, even though I love this song? This is one of my favorites.
I was gonna pray.
Even though I'm frustrated with him right now. But I fell in love with this song, and that's why I loved him so much. Anyway, what it is a story about coming back to him and giving ourselves back to him and giving ourselves back to the whole, so that he can live in us more. We pour ourselves out, literally, so that more of him can live in us. So that we're all avatars created in his image to do something. And it's only those who are willing to give themselves back to the Creator and say, "I'm going to serve you, even though you gave me my freedom, and I took it too. I decide to serve you." And he gives, you can serve him for 7 years. And then if you really want to, and he releases you again every 7 years, what does he say? "I release you from all your debts." Shemitah. Don't I deserve my Shemitah? Even the credit card company, and that's why they didn't have to, they released the whole thing. I said, "You even admitted I've been paying for 8 years." I said, "Now I can't. Now I deserve a Shemitah. This is what my God says." He actually told me to borrow it too. It was for his children. So that's what this is all about. No, sweetheart. Just start using get him a towel. Put a towel. So I usually have a towel right there. So when you wash your hands, you can use a kitchen towel, and we wash those.
Okay.
The paper products, I hope all those people that are hoarding paper products are like going through them like crazy if they think they're not getting them again. Yes, perfect.
Wash your hands with soap and water, and then you can use this.
So we're all pieces of him, made in his image. And until we become who he created us to become, and it's even our evil inclination that was given to us was something that we could give up for him. That makes sense? The only gift we have to bring is our evil inclination. Because that means I will do your law instead of mine. Right? Because in our laws, we want to be king, we want to be God, we want to be this thing. And it's like, I keep telling him, I don't want any of these things. I don't want to do these things. But I do them because I love him. And you want to know why? The most important thing is I see the hearts of the leaders that are leading. And they're not leading for the king. They're leading for themselves. And that's why I do my thing. That's why the gift that I have now is to bring judgment upon them. And that's what's happening all over the world. But that's the king living through me. It's my job. They think, who are you to do that? I'm like, how are you to judge my job when you don't even know? My job is hear and do. So, do you have a job description that way? Actually, it's all over the scriptures, believe it or not. That's how it was always supposed to be. I'm just supposed to show the people up the mountain how you can get up there. But they don't want to know because they don't want to follow a fool like thee. Like, he looks kind of crazy. If I do that, they're going to think I'm nuts too. Well, that's the test, sweetheart. That's the test.
I was gonna pray.
You gonna pray?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pray. You pray.
Oh, my Father, thank you for this food. We pray in your name. Amen.
Amen, amen. Thank you.
Welcome.
You're so right. Look at what he did. He's like, how did you start eating without saying thanks first? He had me sit down on his side here.
That's what he does.
Yeah. Well, you see, if we listen carefully, we'll see Yah everywhere. And in your children too. Everywhere. Even the dog. The Hebrew name for dog has to do with the heart. That's why he serves a master. You see how obedient the dog is? Do you know what God... I can't say it here in front of him. Who he told me Satan was. And what to do with him. I can't say it, but... he says, you need to make him your female dog.
I think I heard you say that
Well,
in one of the videos.
Well, I'm like, it freaked me out. It freaked me out.
What is that thing?
So, it's a Polaris.
That's cool.
So it freaked me out. But you know what? I'm just going to let him rule. Because that's what he wants from me. He got angry, and I realized that he's been telling me the truth all along, even though everybody told me I was wrong. Everybody. But I know that he's faithful. And so that's what I walk in. And I realized that all these other people that have been saying I was wrong were actually wrong. And everybody's been believing lies and following liars of people because they don't even know. They're just, they spew out what they learned from the person before them or that taught them. Well, I'm Yatat. I am an unhewn stone. I'm not supposed to be fashioned. Actually, that was something Peter wanted me to do. He's like, you're all right the way you are. I just want to polish you a little bit. You know? And I'm like, I'm not to be touched. He wants me this way. I'm an unhewn stone. And he calls me Peter, it's funny, Peter actually called me that too. But he called me Yakar. He's precious.
A car?
Yakar. It means precious. He used to call me his precious hidden stone. And now he wants them to be known. And guess what that is? That's the actual opposite of what I want. Other people want it, and he's not giving it to them. And he's giving it to people that don't want it. Why? Like when he asked me to play him in the play, he tricked me into playing him and playing Yeshua in the play. And I go, I can't, anyway, he just totally tricked me. And finally I said, there's so many people that people would die to do this. You know what I mean? They would love to play you in this play. Why are you making me do it when it's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to be on stage. I don't want any of this. I'm afraid. And he said, and I said, there's so many actors. And he says, I'm not looking for an actor. I'm looking for a feeler. And realizing at that moment I had to do it because he showed me my scene was actually what I felt in Israel the year before, where I cried. Oh, Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim, how I've longed to have gathered you, like a hen gathers her chicks. But you weren't willing. You weren't willing. And it's like you let him go. It says, you who killed the prophets, too. You call the prophets, they've always called the true prophets crazy.
Yeah, I did.
Well, why not me too? I'm okay. It's a blessing to me now. Somebody calls me cray-cray. I'm like, okay, my Father made me that way, as a precious stone, to shine his light and share with the world who he is and what he does and how he lives. He wants to live through you, make you who he created you to be. You understand me? Well, that's why. That's all I'm trying to do. I don't want your money. I want your gift to be offered to the whole.
What? I know.
That's what it's supposed to be. So that's why I'm saying there's different places for the places where the gifts go. Different places in the temple. You know what I mean? So, praise Yah. We don't take offense in anything. We have to just take our place and honor in him, you know? It's a beautiful thing. But it was prophesied I'd be the first one up the mountain. And I was willing to play the fool and record myself going up, just so others can track. That's what I was doing all along, because I was told to by a prophet years ago. Told me about a transformation that was gonna go through. And now I'm going through it and I'm witnessing it. But she told me record everything so that she can record everything so that to help people. She said I was gonna help heal many people and help people. You know what I mean? That way. And that's what I'm trying to do. And it's all those dreams, they all have dreams about me, but they can't accept it because they're like, not you. I even had Nick Vanderleen said, it can't come through you. And that just hit my heart and just totally destroyed me. Because at that moment, I agreed with him. And I said, see, Abba, I told you so. You chose a fool to do your work. And that's why they won't receive me.
But he says in his word, he chooses the foolish things of this world to confound the wise.
Yes.
So.
But he didn't read that part of the scripture. He thought it must come through something. And he knows. He actually blessed me in so many ways. Because all the studies that he did was actually all witnessing to me of what happened through me. The day I looked at the sun, on the day of the portals, everything was lined up for me to get the white horse. And that's what happened. And he even said, he did a video about Eliyahu getting activated on that day.
Wow.
That I fulfilled. I listened to him. I thought I'm going to go blind. He says, do you love me? I said, yes, I do. Do you trust me? Yes, I do. But if you're wrong and I go blind, I'm going to be crazy too. Because I'm going to tell the doctor that you told me to do that. And then they're going to say, yep, lock him up. He's crazy too. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
But he didn't.
Yeah. He's a good father. And he loves. And he disciplines because he loves. And that's why he gave me that cursed stick. That Daniel cursed. Because I kept asking him to get it done. And at the end, I had to really get on him when he was about to leave. And he wouldn't get it done. And he made a mistake on it. And they called it a cursed stick. And there's a blog about it. I don't know if you know that.
That's all.
Okay.
C'est son bateau.
The blog? Did it?
No, where you said that you cursed the stick.
No, I didn't curse it. He cursed it.
Oh, he cursed. Okay.
He cursed it by doing it wrong. And he knew, it was like, oh, this is
Didn't
bad.
complete it.
He did it wrong. And then that's what Abba told me. Because Daniel is the tribe that I had to curse in 2016. And he was sharing with me how it's working through this way. And he says, you're gonna curse them with their laws. You see how that works? And I say, Abba, you do what you will. I give myself to you. So he gets angry inside of me. And it started when I went to get the idolatry. And so now I let him flow. I feel what he feels. And I can't hide him anymore because you're not going to like it. He's a father. The father in the house is coming home. And he's going to see everybody's rooms. And they're a mess. And already he sent messengers to put them into their rooms to clean it up. That's what this virus was. He had me put you in your room so that you would be blessed, to see why your rooms, or to give you time that you needed to clean up, because the king is coming. And if you're not ready, well, the fire is going to eat you. So unless you eat the fire now, it is going to eat you. That's how it comes. See, the portals of heavens are open, and you can enter in and be raptured too. But you don't want to, because you learned it your way, and you took the authority from man. So go ahead, have it your way. Ding, ding. That's all I can say. Have it your way. The judgments are coming the way you judge. See, I don't judge anybody. I don't know if you've noticed. I really don't judge people unless they judge me first. I only have the right to judge the courts. That's who he says I am. That's why I was called. They told me I was the plumb line to build the temple. It's vision after vision after vision. I saw where I had to throw myself on him as a living stone, because that was my stone I had to cast at him. It was me slaughtering the lambs. That's my stone that I have to slaughter at him. Because he enters every one of those lambs. The spirit of peace is him, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
So if the spirit of peace is in the animal, who's in the animal?
You sure?
Of course. So who do you think? Why are all the animals in the end time, or at the end, why are all the animals not eating each other and love with each other, and they're just all part of the kingdom?
He's love.
He's love. So if we really get into that love, that's why you have the lamb for 4 days, so that the lamb interacts with you and trusts you in a way that the spirit comes in, and it literally comes through breath too. And I've witnessed it every year. That's why he said, you have to cast your stone at me. Everybody's supposed to do that. Everybody's supposed to do that. Out of love. And so I couldn't cast my stone at him. All I could do was throw myself at him. But I did still have to cast a stone. But as I cast it, I went and threw myself on top of him. And that's why he said to me, he said, that's how I'm going to build my kingdom. That's how I'm going to build my temple. And he told me I was the plumb line. And I've prophesied too. So that's what that stick is for, is to measure who gets in the inner courts and who doesn't. But it's all okay. It was all predestined too. That makes sense? It's all destined. Everybody's going to go where they belong because they love. It's their gift. It's their perfection too. You're going to be able to offer your gift right exactly where it belongs, the way you know how to. It's who you were created to be. You know what I mean? But not everybody is. It has to do with the fire, and it goes out. And everybody is whatever their gift is. It fits perfectly. So we see it more and more, what you have to do. You want to help people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So learn how to do the aquaponics, learn how to do all those things. We need trouts, we need Fish too, we need the seeds. That's what I bought those tanks for. You cut them, you cut them and you, there's videos about it. I don't know if you know that.
On hydroponics?
Yeah, aquaponics.
Or aquaponics?
No, the aquaponics is with the fish. Too.
Right.
So that's all about what has to happen. And so I've been judging his people all over the place. And knowing where they're at in the kingdom. I see their hearts. So it's okay because it's what my job is. Some people can't think that it's possible that somebody else would be in a higher authority than they are. So only Abba can prove that. I mean, I was shocked myself. I still am. I can't believe what he wants me to do. I still laugh at it. But you know what? He's the king. And I'll let him reign. Whatever he wants to do. See, that's what it was. It was about pouring. And if you look at the Kung Fu Panda, that ox that comes that was considered evil, this is me actually too. But it's all about all of us coming together in a sense where we have one mind. What they're trying to do in the evil sense is going to only lift us up in the spiritual sense. Because all kingdoms are under the control of his children. So they'll realize one day that all these people that we're afraid of right now, we shouldn't be. We only need to be afraid of Yah. And then when you get to that place where you're only afraid of him, then you realize your authority in him and you don't have to have fear of anyone else or anything. And then you live in that high frequency. But in order for that to come, I have to be that way here. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. So there has to be total peace. In his kingdom, I have to be total freedom. So, praise Yah. So you see more of what you have to do, who you are, and what do you think?
I'm ready to do it.
You ready to give?
I'm ready to give.
It's just your heart. Everybody has to serve a king somewhere. And when you're serving out of love, why does it say to serve your master as if you're serving him?
Because you are serving him?
Yes. Why does he say to treat your neighbor as yourself?
Your neighbor is him.
Yes.
He's through it all.
And who are you then?
We're the same. He's through us.
Yes. There you go. So I don't want your money. I don't want your tithing that way. I want your gift. What you have, what you were created to do. Remember the drummer boy? Mm-hmm. Bum. I have no gift to bring.
Just drum.
Just a drum. Just this beat. My heartbeat. That's all I have to give. It's just this heartbeat. And once he starts to flow through, we will all see that he is here with us and in you. As a kingdom comes and his will is done, it will just flow through. But everybody we have to raise these houses too, all over the place. The levee need to be raised up so that everybody knows where the oil comes from. See, it's all about this kingdom. It's type and shadow everywhere you go. So you're no higher than your king. Yeah. So all the kingdoms at the end, who are they ruled by? The King of Kings. Well, that's it. That's what the authority is. And everybody's going to know their place now. Because he's raising up the fools of the world to put them in their place. Really judging angels. I've been doing it for a while now. And that's what this is. It's basically us waking up to who we are and how he's coming. So isn't it beautiful that he brings us all together as a house for him? Because once you start to do exactly all you have to do in life is give the gift that you were created to do and give it in love. And then you will take your rightful place where you belong, right? Yeah. And you'll be happiest there. And then it'll flow. Everyone's not created equal. Right. But we've been somehow taught that. But we need to realize, though, everybody is made in his image. More important.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Who knew? I used to laugh about this. I'm like, you want me to be a prophet with a selfie stick? It just hurts to hold it. Like I'm putting my hand down here, but
Right.
this hurts to hold. But I want the world to know him, that he can live in you. That's what I want the world to know. And then when you do, he literally creates everything that you need to. Right, Nathaniel?
Yep.
Yep. What do you say? What do you want to say to the world that they need to hear about your Yah today?
I don't know.
You know. You had me do it today. You caught me.
Pray?
Yes. What? I didn't pray before I ate, did I?
No.
I didn't think to thank my Yah for the sustenance that he gave me and how blessed I am to have these potatoes.
And I'm already done with my potatoes.
You want more?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, get some.
Then I'm gonna want cheese too.
Oh, that's Mama's department. Anyway, praise Yah. He wants to live through you today, and he's put you all in your rooms so you could wonder why and what's in there and what's in your closets too, because that's where he got me. He got me in my closets, what I thought were hidden that weren't. See, no thought is ever hidden from him. And he'll bring you people and fools to provoke you to think, and then he tests those thoughts. That's what this is. This is kingdom come, and his will be done. So all I have to do is live in him and let him flow, because he wants to be king in me, and I let him go. So I laugh and watch him build this kingdom too, because I do nothing but push people away. Those who can withstand the fire, they get blessed in ways you never thought possible. They get blessed big time because they can withstand the fire. And that's how it's coming through. But those who are stuck in the old wineskins, well, they're stuck in their old wineskins and they'll go by their own laws. See, the way you judge, you'll be judged. You want to judge me by not knowing the scriptures? Well, maybe you should be judged and not knowing who I am, too, because judgment come upon you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Aramatov arayachai, mushomatayachani. See, every one of you that went against me can now be proclaimed under my feet. That's how he chooses to work. It is a pyramid, sir. I'm sorry to say. You didn't know it that way. Because haven't you built one too? Haven't you built the tower too? But don't you know that all towers will be one in the end? They will be all under one authority. For the King of Kings is coming. And he's coming through. The two witnesses, he becomes the third one. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. May his kingdom come. May his will be done too. The way he chooses to. Not the way you do. This is the Father's will, that we may all know him and be lit up by his light and filled with him. Yehuda, you're called to be a menorah too. Share the light with the world so we can know who's who and who will too. Shalom, shalom.